Okay, so we're going to try to learn how to use Excel with the Mac. The first thing you want to do is you want to download Stat Plus. If you Google Stat Plus, it'll be the first entry in the list, and you'll see a site that looks like this. You can hit the try it free. As far as I know, it has all the functionalities from what we need. Hit download. And I haven't done this, so you have to bear with me if it seems a little awkward initially. The instructions on the internet make it seem like it's pretty difficult, but we'll see. So it's a pretty big file. And I'm sorry about the time, but I thought it's best that you see all the steps. That way we won't miss anything. Okay, looks like that's downloaded. And we'll open it. And it tells me that this program cannot be run in DOS mode. Okay. So let's go back and just save it. Okay, same thing. Probably because it's saved as a text file. So let's see if the instructions are of any help. It's not hyperlinked, so we're looking for a Mac version. Maybe that's what caused the problem. Yes, that's what caused the problem. So it looks like the default is for the PCs, and you want to go ahead and click the Mac version like I did on the right hand side. Let's try this, see if it makes a difference. Yeah, that looks more like it. Okay. And it'll go to a zip file, which you'll have to open. Yeah, this looks more like the installation instructions that I saw online. So that's encouraging. Apparently, according to these instructions, you have 30 days for the free copy. One of the things I was told today that people that have Macs might want to consider is getting Boot Camp installed, which you can do over at the Anderson Center. And the reason why is apparently the PCs are a requirement for university students, and there's other things that you're going to need that are really going to require PC. What Boot Camp does is it gives you the ability to go between working in a PC environment and a Mac environment. So I think it's $40 or $50. It sounds like it's probably a worthwhile investment, but we should be able to get most of what we want done in a month, so hopefully it won't be an issue. Okay. Okay. So you can see basically what I did was opened up the zip file, and I'm clicking on really the only executable file here. They do have an Excel added, but I'm not sure what that is. I do know that the other file is what we want because that's what they show in the tutorial. So that's the file ending with the extension DMG. And let's go ahead and click Stat Plus and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I believe what we want, let's go up to Stats Plus here. Okay, so I went under Spreadsheet, and hopefully this will open a spreadsheet. Let's just see, and it does. Good. Okay, so what you're going to do is the following. The commands are pretty similar in that you insert tables and charts basically the same way that we did in class. The trick is going to be for me to move you around. Okay, so we have a very simple data table here. And the charts should be roughly the same. You're going to have a scatter chart, and you're going to have the same options, except now they won't be on the left side, they'll be on the right side. So let's go ahead, we'll highlight the data. And we'll see which is plotted on the X and Y. Sometimes it could vary. Okay, so it looks like here the X is in fact the first variable, just like it is. And we click on here and you can see these are our subplot options, and you're going to click on this. It's going to put all the same information that we had in Excel. It's going to put the equation for the regression line, coefficient of determination, which is good. Now for the linear regression, you're going to go up to, let's get out of this. Let me find this. It is its own tab, and I just have to remember where it is. It isn't an add-in, I don't believe. We can try this, but if I remember correctly, yeah, you only have solver as an add-in, so that's not what we want to do. So linear regression is offered, I just have to find the formula for it here. Let's see. It might be one of these. Let me see real quick. Data. Well, let's go under Help and just type regression. I know it's a single tab. Shouldn't be hard to find. let's go under help. That's not really doing any good. Let's go back to Stat Plus. Okay. Okay, now it's looking different. When you go back to the main, I think that's what you have to do basically. You have to go back to the main Stat Plus tab. That's what it is. Okay, so in your spreadsheet, you're going to go back and click on the Stat Plus icon at the bottom. And now all I need to do is get my spreadsheet back, and I'll be in business. But that's where it is. There's my current template. Okay, let's just start. See if I can go back. Nope. Let me get home. Try this. Yep. Okay. Let's see if we can just start over. Okay. So let's say new workbook. We clicked on Stat Plus. Normal layout. And I just want to get a spreadsheet. So how do I do that? Let's see. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay, so under Window, here we go. Okay, so I open up a bunch of workbooks. Okay, so let's go back up here. Now I want to click on Stats Plus. Okay, so we're basically back where we were. We click on Stat Plus, and under linear regression. So let me do this over again from the beginning now. Okay, so you have your data entry. You have your data entered. You can go ahead and make a plot. Now we're going to go ahead and try linear regression. You click on Stat Plus, close this, and now under Statistics, you'll have the option for regression. So this is how it works. Okay, click linear regression. Your dependent variable will come first. So this is going to be the y. One thing you have to do, I learned this earlier today playing around with it, is you have to click on this icon first. Then you highlight the data. Okay. We'll hit return. Let's go back up to here. I have a feeling this isn't going to work, so let me clear this off. We'll start over. Okay. Click on this. There we go. There's our field that we want. Okay. Click on this again. Now we're going to click for the other variable. And we go back up here. Now, the one thing you have to be careful of, the default's different than on the PC. The PC, you don't have the label tab toggled. Here you do. It'll make a difference if you try to run it. It actually realizes that those are numbers and they aren't characters. You click OK. And here you don't have to worry about where you're going to insert it. And let's try it again. This happened earlier too. Okay, under statistics, regression, okay, linear regression. So let's click on this first. It's actually this is actually my dependent. So let's go ahead and change that. Here's our dependent. This is our independent. And let's try. And there it gives it to you. Sometimes for some reason, I had this happen earlier, it gives you an error the first time. Okay, so this is basically the same regression output that we talked about in class. The sum of squares residuals under the ANOVA table, and the format is essentially the same. The residual degrees of freedom is right next to it. So we had 3 data points, n minus 2 is 1. These are your coefficients. Again, you'll notice it because the word intercept will appear. So you know this is a coefficient for the y-intercept. The remaining one is for the slope. And that gives you all the information that you need. Your r squared is up here. Okay. It also gives you the r value, which in fact you don't have when you do the PC. Okay. That should pretty much be it. So I think the bottom line, let's just run through this one more time quickly. Once you get the download down, which I don't think is too bad, you're going to go ahead, you're going to click on, you're going to enter your data or read it in. I will give you the Excel file. You should be able to read it. I'm going to have to check and see if there's any compatibility issues. I can't imagine there would be. But anyhow, you're going to, once your data is entered, be careful that you know what your X and your Y are. Okay, so the X is the independent, the Y is a dependent. Click on the Stats Plus, go up to Statistics, click on Linear Regression. Then you're going to click each of those little windows to the right to enter the data, highlight it, and make sure your Labels tab is off, and then click OK. And there's your output. And we'll practice this in class a lot so that you get some facility in doing this. Because it's going to take a little while, especially without making mistakes and a lot of false starts. Okay, thank you very much.